everyone, welcome to the Tamriko Lifestyle channel where I talk about loving yourself and the world around you through veganism. I haven't eaten meat for 8 years and I've been completely vegan for over 3 years, so I'm sharing my knowledge and experience with you. Today I will tell you about the great teacher of mankind, who for me as a person with a history education is one of the most significant figures in the history of mankind. We are talking about Mahatma Gandhi. My goal today is to reveal him not a great political and social figure, but as a simple person whose outlook has healed millions of souls all over the planet. Without this message, Gandhi would have been just another revolutionary, just another nationalist in a country trying to overthrow a foreign nation's rule. How did Gandhi understand this incredible mission? How could he learn the message of nonviolence when all other nationalists were learning to fight? I hope that today's video will inspire you, and in the meantime support my work specifically for English language YouTube with the likes, subscriptions and comments, so you will help the channel a lot. Thank you. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born on October 2, 1869 in Porbandar, a coastal town in present-day Gujarat, India. He was commonly referred to as the Honorable Mahatma Gandhi, meaning great soul, a term first applied to him by Rabindranath Tagore. Gandhi himself said this about his past. For 30 years, I sought only one thing, knowledge. I want to see God face to face to reach the state of moksha. I live, move and exist only to achieve this goal. Everything I say and write, all my political activity, everything is directed towards this goal. Mohandas was born to vegetarian parents who belonged to the Vaishnavism school of Hinduism, but he was also influenced by the religion traditions of Jainism, which included such concepts as compassion for all living beings, vegetarianism, fasting for self-purification, and mutual tolerance between persons of different faiths. Vegetarianism permeates the lives of all Indians because even those who do not fully believe in the religious reasons for giving up meat live in a culture where, due to the meat-eating economy, vegetarianism is a part of life. In India, meat is expensive, a luxury that is not part of normal lifestyle and therefore hard to come by. This was a culture into which Gandhi was born. Such ideologies will play an important role throughout his adult life. In the 1880s, during his early day in London, Gandhi came across a copy of Henry Sold, A Plea for Vegetarianism, in the window of a vegetarian restaurant. He read it cover to cover and has often said that the book had a profound influence on the way he thought about his type of nutrition. Later, Gandhi said that before reading the book, he was a vegetarian by custom and tradition, but after reading the book, he became a vegetarian by choice. While in London, he joined and was a member of the executive committee of the Vegetarian Society, which was founded in 1847 to promote understanding and respect for the vegetarian way of life. His vegetarianism and campaigning for vegetarianism continued throughout his life. Based on the modern science of those days, Mahatma believes that there were diseases caused by overeating, eating too often, and consuming too much concentrated starches and sugars. For legumes, proteins are muscle-building nutrients, so the Mahatma considers them essential in the diet, mainly locally grown legumes and lentils. However, he firmly believes that those who lead a sedentary lifestyle and consume enough milk do not need to consume legumes. Mahatma considered milk superior to meat. Vegetarians, since milk was the only source of animal protein, believed that it was a fundamental article of diet. Although he vowed not to consume milk because he considered it equal to meat, he was forced to add goat's milk to his diet to recover from severe weakness following a serious illness. He complained about his habit of drinking milk and the impossibility of giving it up due to his health. He was of the opinion that our daily diet should include available seasonal fruits. Today, when we suffer from lifestyle diseases caused by our poor food choices and sedentary lifestyles, the words locally grown, less oil and salt, less sugar, farm fresh and low fat became widespread. Gandhi's diet now seems incredibly modern. His devotion to vegetarianism, salt restriction, do not eat after sunset, wanted to go vegan. Although, despite his best efforts, he couldn't give up milk, eventually settling for goat's milk, reduce the amount of food, etc. For him, experimentation with food was part of his philosophy of self-denial and self-restraint, as well as an overall moral, spiritual, and ethical class that dominated every aspect of his life. I will note that vegetarianism is rooted in Indian culture and religion as part of the doctrine of ahimsa, which is supported by the Vedas and which Gandhi later appropriated for his satyagraha movement. Ahimsa in the Vedic tradition means having no ill feeling towards any living being by all possible means and forever. This should be the desired goal of all seekers. The laws of man, one of the sacred texts of Hinduism, states that without the killing of living beings, meat cannot be available, and since killing is contrary to the principles of ahimsa, the consumption of meat must be given up. Jainism, which is prevalent in Gandhi's home state of Gujarat, practices strict vegetarianism and abstains from using any products made from the slaughter of animals. However, it may come as a surprise to many that when Gandhi was young, a friend encouraged him to experiment with meat for about 6 months. Some Indians wanted to reject the old tradition and therefore supported meat eating because they believed that the ancient customs made the Hindus weak and allowed the British to conquer and rule them. Since the British ate meat, some Indians nationalists lashed out at vegetarianism as a bad habit. Gandhi's childhood friend, a tragedy in his life, Sheikh Mehab, believed in the power of meat eating, an influence that made Gandhi crave meat because he believed it would give Hindus the strength to overcome British rule. However, when he chose vegetarianism, he realized that there were other sources of power, satyagraha, which has the power to end the British Raj, while physical shield would be defeated. After the first step towards this moral power, he began to study Christianity, Hinduism, and other religions of the world. This freedom allowed him to see other social problems that were robbing the Indian nation of its strength. Problems that he had previously overlooked included the caste system. It also allowed him to change the traditional Western definition of power, turning it into the definitions that made his movement so powerful. Carnivorousness was a type of aggression that Gandhi once believed to be the only key to domination. After becoming a true vegetarian and thus discovering the ideas of ahimsa, he realized that aggression is the path to mastery for those who lack self-control. Ahimsa, non-violence, is the path to mastery for the self-possessed. Though he felt guilt and never ate meat again after swearing to his mother before leaving for London that he would not. In the end, his commitment to not eating meat stems from his own sincere belief that it is immoral because he was aware that it would harm innocent animals. Gandhi firmly believes that a meat diet was not good for health because meat carried with it the defects of the animals from which it was derived. But more importantly, that his vegetarianism had a deeply spiritual and philosophical basis. Eating meat meant doing violence to animals, which he believes had spirits and souls. Because, as he himself noted, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by how it treats animals. Officially honored as the father of India, Gandhi was a prominent political and spiritual leader during India's independence movement. Appalled by the treatment of Indian migrants in South Africa, he joined the struggle to obtain basis rights for them. In the end, the South African government gave in to Gandhi's demands in 1914. However, Gandhi is best known for his nonviolent protests against British rule in India, and by the 1920s, Gandhi had become an important figure in Indian politics, most famously for his program of nonviolence, non-cooperation with the British, which included boycott of British goods and institutions. The only way to live is to let others live. Gandhi's uncompromising fight against caste inequality is also widely known. He called the untouchables Harijans, children of God. Seeking to eliminate discrimination against Harijans, Gandhi acted by his own example. He allowed Harijans into his ashram, shared meals with them, and traveled in third-class carriages. Gandhi sought to achieve an end to the discrimination of untouchables with the help of secular laws. He sought to prove that the institution of untouchability was in conflict with the Hindu principle of oneness, and in this way to prepare Indian society for untouchables to be its equal members like other Indians. Mahatma Gandhi had enormous influence among both Hindus and Muslims in India and tried to reconcile these varying factions. He had an extremely negative attitude to the definition of the former colony of British India in 1947 into the secular Republic of India with a predominantly Hindu population and Muslim Pakistan. After the partition, a violent struggle broke out between Hindus and Muslims. It seems to me that the Hindu philosophy equates people and animals to the consciousness and being of India. Not only are they equal, but animals also rank higher than humans. The pantheon of sacred, revered animals has many representatives of the animal worlds of India. Animals in the mind of a Hindu are higher than people. Perhaps that is why this animal has a great chance of being saved from destruction. Animals in India are protected by animal welfare legislation that has existed since 1960. I wholeheartedly support the words of the great Mahatma Gandhi. In my opinion, the life of a lamb is no less valuable than the life of a human being. I maintain that the more helpless a creature is, the more it has a right to receive protection against the cruelty of man. Because non-violence is the weapon of the strong, love fights with the whole world as with itself and ultimately dominates all other feelings. On January 3, 1948, Gandhi went to the lawn in front of the house during evening prayers. The gathered crowd enthusiastically greeted the father of the nation. Taking advantage of the confusion, the editor-in-chief of the far-right Hindu Rashtra newspaper, Nathuram Godse, among others, bowed and approached Gandhi and shot him 3 times. The first 2 bullets flew past, the third stuck in the lung in the heart. Mahatma Gandhi jested that he forgave the murderer, after which he died on the spot. More than 70 years after his death, Gandhi remains a source of wisdom and inspiration for the world. As we pray for an end to violence and terrorism, please remember his words. It is ill for us to invoke in our daily prayers the blessing of God, the merciful, if we do not in turn practice God's compassion for our fellow man. I admire the incredible strength of spirit of this great man because he could live an ordinary life, earn money, traveling around the world, but his path is a path of bloodless struggle against those who often did not have a heart. And I'm happy that goodness got up along the way, he wrote. As the ideal of sacrifice and simplicity became more and more obvious, as my religious consciousness was more and more awakened in me, I became more and more interested in vegetarianism, the spread of which I considered my mission. I know of only one method of missionary activity: personal example and conversation with knowledge. If you are inspired by Gandhi's mission to create a peaceful, non-violent world, you can commit to eliminating animal abuse from your food, wardrobe, and every other aspect of your life. Going vegan is the best choice for animal welfare, the planet, and your own health. The great Indian leader's powerful message about changing human hearts throughout compassion and kindness continues to inspire millions to this day. We may not be able to stop all the violence in the world, but we can reduce the amount of violence in our lives. Ask yourself, what would Gandhi do in my place? Do you share the world's mind as a great teacher of mankind? Write your opinion in the comments and share my video. All mankind is one indivisible family, and each of us is responsible for the sins of all others. Be the change you want to see in the world. So, join me. Thank you for watching this video. Till next time.